What's going on, everybody? What's going on? What is going on? The Reverend, well, I'm Archbishop now. Pimp Greezy is presiding over this. We're going to get into our Pimble, Pimble Tuesday night Bible study. That's right. How's y'all? Summer been going. The Reverend was the Archbishop. You gotta excuse me, but the Archbishop here was gone over the summer for a revival. Uh, you know, getting it in. Uh, Greetings there, Shaw Willie. Just ask Shaw. Greetings to Jay Shine and Jacqueline and everybody here in the congregation tonight, sitting in the pews, and you and you and you. And please hit that collection plate. We call it the like button, the share, and the subscribe on the channel. So we're going to get into it. Just DeAndre is taking a break today. We got the Archbishop Pimp Greezy presiding over these proceedings. And we're going to talk about the articles of prostitution. It's been a discussion about, over here. Now, it's been raining for a while. I'm a little bit under the weather, but, you know what I'm saying? But it's okay. The sisters have been taking care of me. They got me some tea and some what was that, honey? Yeah, honey's good for you. It's an antioxidant. Make you go to the bathroom and like getting this out of me. I had too much fun at the beach, frolicking in my robes and so forth and so happy. And too much, you know what I'm saying? Too much frolicking. So I'm gonna play some music. Let me know if y'all can hear it. And here we go. I don't think y'all heard the sister, so let's bring it back a little bit. All right, let's give a shout out to our sisters over there in the choir, twerking it and dropping it like it's hot for our opening selection to this Tuesday. Pible, Pible, Pible Study, yeah. Now, I am the Reverend Archbishop Archdiocese Doctor of Dick Pills in the Church of Living. What about these black mamas and this child support? And I am here to bring you today If you hear some beating and some knocking in the background, that's them over there right now working on the new chapel. Now, a lot of you have been going against the Archbishop's wishes, and you've been over here trauma bonding in these other churches, and the only church that you need to trauma bond is mine. So please hit the like button, subscribe, and leave a comment if you haven't seen this. And wait, now there's more. Just for $19.95, you can have the Archbishop pray over this water and oil. Right now, this Rona season, so we can't give you all olive oil straight concentrated. We got to mix it, oil and water. All right? All right. Okay. So what we're going to talk about today is we're going to talk about the articles of prostitution. I say it again, I'm going to say it again, I'm going to say it again. We're going to talk about the articles of prostitution. Yes, we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to bring it up. We're going to bring it up. We're going to talk about the articles of prostitution. All right. So the reason why we're going to talk about these articles of prostitution is because there's been some brothers over there fighting about should you or should you not pay for the pussy, right? Now, the Reverend's going to tell you whatever pill logic you want to have, a green pill, an orange pill, a yellow pill, a blue pill, a red pill, a black pill, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Because tricks are for kids. I don't know what all these colors mean, but I'm going to tell you this, and I'm going to tell you this right now. And I'm going to tell you this, and I'm going to tell you this right now. As a man, your job is to provide. And as a person that do provisions and that provides, you're going to be paying for it, whether you like it or not. Now, some men, they understand that because of their domineering personality and their good looks and they charm, and because they hit the gene lottery of DNA and they got to thank their parents for it, they don't have to pay for it up front, a lot of them. A lot of them just get it. They just get it. They just get it. They just get it. Now, the reason why a lot of the rest of yous has to pay for it is because a woman has to know you to fall in love with your personality. A woman has to know you to fall in love with your intellect. You have to be able to talk to these women. You have to be able to be around these women. You have to be able to hold a conversation with these women. You have to be a man that's going to do what he needs to do. And for you to get your practice, these ladies of the night, these scarlets and these temptresses, they allow you for a low fee of $50 to $100, maybe $20,000 to $30,000, depending on who you're talking to and what type of quality you want and what type of services it is. They allow you to practice your skills. But then it comes a time where you're going to pay for these women, and then you feel as though that when you've made enough money that they should just line up and be with you because you just have money. But I'm here to tell you, they're not there for you, they're there for the money. So the reason why prostitution exists, because men knew back then that men are men. Prostitution is not really for women per se, it's really for men because men are stupid and we're dumb. I know I'm an archbishop that's a pimp. You pay money to women up front so you don't have to pay money to women for 18 years. That's why y'all crying, right? You're not crying about the children. You're not caring about the boys or the girls that are raised in these broken homes. You're mad because you have to be accountable for 18 years of actually sticking your dick in something and ejaculating and making another life form. And it's not the women that hold you really accountable. It's the men that do, because the men make the laws. Child support became because men sat around and thought about it and say, how do we hold these men accountable? And at the end of the day, we're having a debate about, should you pay for the pussy up front? Or should you put it on layaway for 18 years? And the question to that is, it's totally up to you. It's totally up to you. But I heard someone say, one of these guys, Fresh and Fit, and then I heard Abin preach, and they said it. Rich men pay for pussy up front. They do. They're smart. But when you really get the game, is when you get the pussy and the pussy pays you. Ha! Hallelujah! Ha! Lord, let's get it. Ha! We don't have my drummer here today because he only comes on Sundays. But what I want to tell you, people, is that at the end of the core, what's going on, family? You know what I'm saying? At the end of the core, at the very, very, very end of the core, it comes down to an argument about some pussy. It always comes down to the argument about some pussy. Always. Always comes down to it. We always screaming it's all about the girls, as my brother Jay Sean down there in the pews always say. It's all about the girls. They're full-grown men. One have 1 million subscribers, the other one's sitting at 400 and something and hemorrhaging. And they violated the very rule that men's supposed to keep. Don't mess with my money, don't mess with my family. Or we used to say in the streets, don't mess with my money and don't mess with my pussy or my bitches. They violated. They went right there and talked about a man's wife. Brought his wife into it. Even though the conversation was about different talking points. Now, I don't know which one is fresh, which one is fit, but they got challenged to a duel. And they the one that challenged them to a duel. Now, I would like to bring up exhibits on the screen, because we like to do that. We like to do that, right? Because this is Bible study. And without scripture, there is no foundation. The Pible Study. Now you probably want to know, why did I spell it wrong? I know what the hell I'm doing. I'm a doctor. I'm an archbishop. I'm a therapist. I'm a chemist too. I'm an herbalist. I even sell dick pics. Get them for $5.95 plus shipping and handling. Yo, dick gonna be hard with no pussy. Ha ha! Warning: if you got heart problems, hypertension, high blood pressure, don't take these dick pills. And make sure that you have some pussy right next to you. Sister Ruby in the front row, and she said that the black guy is fresh. I thought he was fit because he was the bigger dude. So okay, so what is the other dude? I don't know what the other dude is. So fit, is he black? Is he whatever? What is it? What is it? I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea. But here's the thing. You talk about a man's wife. I'm not going to play the audio. We all know. Go check it for yourself. He's from Sudan. He's from Sudan. Here we go, right? So we give him a little something. We give him a little something, something. We give him a little something. But I don't like the fragrant word that he was using, right? But preachers up there in Alba, right? See, and the problem is here, because they mainly have white women on their show, or women of other ethnicity. I don't care. Pussy is pussy when you turn the light off. When you turn the light off, everybody's black in the darkness. Ha ha. Ha ha. Okay? Till you start grabbing hair, and that's a whole different argument. But anyway, he talked about this man's wife. And if people haven't known, I don't think Preach ever went over there. It was only Abba. Okay? Abba and Preach don't agree on everything. They even tell you that they just work together. They're cool, but they're not like best friends. Abba's more of a nerd. He's more of an introverted person. He just does it. Preach just goes along. They do comedy, of course. But they have a working relationship. Preach is in a whole different type of demographic of people. But he got up there and he started flexing in front of his audience, which is a multicultural audience. But since I'm up here talking, we're gonna bring these to the court of public opinion. We're gonna bring this to the court of public opinion. And when I mean we're gonna bring this court of public opinion, we're gonna talk about this. I'm gonna put this on front screen so everybody can see this. This was off I guess this was their community tab and so forth and so have you. So, I'm gonna bring it up so y'all can see it. We apologize to our supporters. I don't know if there was a public apology to the man that you offended. But we're going to apologize to the people that pay the lights and the bills first, right? We ain't going to apologize to the man that we offended. Usually most men, when they offend another man and they come for some reconciliation, if you publicly embarrass me or you publicly offend another man, you're supposed to publicly apologize. So they didn't publicly apologize. They apologized to the people because it's costing them money. This is not showing accountability with men. And this is why women don't respect men like this. Because the only thing they can offer is to be tricks. And in the words of the Field Marshal, Cluster B, let's really get the fuck into it. See, the bishop, the archbishop, trying to make cardinal, trying to make archdiocese and pope one day, but if the hoes are willing, if the Lord is willing, I think I will. We apologize to our supporters from this point forward. We are not going to engage in beef. We are here to help you guys navigate women, fitness, and finances, not drama. We're here. What they're really saying is, don't leave us. We need them cash apps and them super chats and them Patreons. We bitch-made motherfuckers. We violated the first code of manhood. We talked about a man's family and we challenged him to a fucking duel. And then we found out that he really about that life. And he was willing to put 20K up to come see us. And we high value men, but we ain't got 20K. And this, if men ask me a question, how are you going to take advice from a bunch of bitch-made motherfuckers? The Reverend does not understand this. The reason why you have a problem with getting women is because men challenge other men. See, they would have been more respected if they would have caught that motherfucking ass whipping. You called the man's family out. Then you called the man out to throw some hands. And the man said, not only will I not fight, I'll fight you and I'll fight your other nigga too, which fight both of you motherfuckers on the same day at the same motherfucking time. Women, well, you can't give them about navigating women because you ain't considered men. You're feminized. Men don't do that. When you challenge a man to a duel, you either accept or you apologize. Talk about all this alpha shit. Alphas don't back down. You made the challenge. You talked about what's did to this man, and he told you he was offended, and he was willing to accept your challenge. You let the internet blow up your head, now the internet is turning on you. They holding your feet to the goddamn fire. Let me continue reading this shit. Oh, please forgive me. Please forgive me. But the Reverend right now, the Reverend is the Reverend right now. The Archbishop is the Archbishop right now. But at the end of the day, my nuts hang, and I'm a man. That's why I got this whole congregation full of women. Ha ha, ha ha, ha ha. Because just like old buddy Toby said, you know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, yeah, we gonna bring that up. But anyway, what I'm basically saying is the problem that we're having as men is agency and respect. And you're probably looking around and thinking, well, it's the black sector of YouTube. It's the black sector of YouTube. It's the dudes over there in the black manosphere. Well, if I'm correct, Abby and Preach live in Canada. These motherfuckers live down in Miami. They're actually a part of the manosphere. Not the black manosphere, the manosphere. Which pretty much means like the mainstream manosphere, which is white. The ones that actually really make a lot of money off the shit. And they're doing the same motherfucking tactics that these bitch-made motherfuckers do over in the what? Putting people's information out, talking about people's families, and when motherfuckers want to pull up on them, they don't want to show up or send fake-ass motherfucking pin drops when a motherfucker want to drive in the middle of the night and pull up on them. Everything's all real and dandy until a motherfucker want to pull up on them. Oh, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. See, that's the good thing about God. I can curse, fuck hoes, drink, and ask for forgiveness. The only unforgivable sin is suicide. So even if you roll up and kill a person, you can ask for forgiveness. That doesn't mean you don't have to deal with the consequences. And forgiveness is up to the person that you're asking forgiveness from. Who in the hell is we doing? Where did this come from? But let's go. Now let's continue reading, shall we? Not drama, because it's costing us money. We are going to keep giving you guys the content you subscribe for. We're going to bring the women in, and we're going to embarrass them in front of all you guys and paint a narrative that all women act like this. Even though these are paid hoes, like we put our money together, we get these chicks off the stripper pole, we bring them in here and have y'all thinking that a woman is just going to sit up here and have a casual conversation while you trying to put in the trick bag. In the history of mankind, has a man ever been able to sit up there and out-talk a goddamn woman? I'll wait. You got 4 or 5 women on there waiting to be talked to because you're paying them to do so. These women wouldn't give you the time of day if it wasn't in their financial best interest. The men that they really fucking respect, it ain't all that talking. They're there to play a position and a role. Y'all ran the game. Y'all couldn't stick with the talking points because everything that you said was chin checked by facts, by life. A man paying for pussy is fucking goddamn beta male shit. I guess Tiger Woods was a beta male. I guess Michael Jordan was a beta male. Shit. Did Monica Lewinsky not work for Bill Clinton? She was getting paid. He was paying for pussy, and she was sucking on it. She was sucking on the dick in the Oval Office. John F. Kennedy was fucking Marilyn goddamn Monroe. In the history of motherfucking civilization and even caveman motherfuckers, he couldn't drag that woman off in the cave unless he was providing for it. He ain't just run up and just smack a woman over the head and drag the ass into the fucking cave. You gotta provide for it, and that's paying for pussy in layman's terms. You have to provide for it. Why are you niggas up there proclaiming you alpha, you fresh, you fit, you surrounded by women? You barely have men up there, and when the men are up there, you ain't allowing them to motherfucking speak, really. And only if they talking about the same shit that you talking about will you actually listen and actually have a conversation. And the first second that a man proved you wrong with facts and understanding, you go straight to attacking his fucking family. You motherfucking cowards. Then you offer a challenge and you don't step up to it. But these are your leaders. Is this your king? Are these your kangs? Are these your alphas? And no wonder you motherfuckers are remedial and failing at life. The gynocracy, the matriarchy. If you had a patriarchy, a lot of you motherfuckers wouldn't exist. Your mama would have swallowed you and spit you on the fucking floor. And these are facts. And these dudes show you the absence of manhood because in the face, everybody want to be a man when they right. But real manhood starts when you acknowledge when you're wrong. Laying down and showing integrity when you cross the fucking line. And they couldn't even do that. You apologizing openly to people that you didn't even offend. Because they was rooting you on. Because your body got handled. But don't worry, in 3 days, everybody gonna forget about it. Everybody's gonna stop talking about it. Because people have goldfish memory. Because at the end of the day, this is entertainment. But your feminism, your feminized manginas up here, bitching and crying about women every fucking day has got you on this bullshit right here. And you following motherfuckers like that. And it doesn't amount to the subscribers that they got. Because they show that they have a problem with being a fucking man. So who do you blame, huh? When does personal accountability not come into motherfucking place? I got mommy issues. I got daddy issues. I couldn't go to the Sadie Hawkins dance when I was 16. Billy is everything. How old are you? I'm 50 years old. You a loser. You a loser. I'm not trying to head over the age of 25. If you've been walking around more than 2.5 fucking decades, I feel nothing for you. You gotta pull yourself up and understand what it is to be a man because the world don't give a fuck about men because men run shit and men will grind your ass into the motherfucking boot heels of goddamn dust. And we'll use women as a battering ram to show you where you really stand in life. King Solomon had all of these, had a wife and all these concubines. You know what a concubine is? Hoes, nigga, hoes. They was just there to be fucked and fucked on. But they was provided for. Ain't no woman going to consign to no type of lifestyle like that unless you incentivizing it, unless you taking care of it. Get the fuck into it. We as men pay for pussy. We go to work, you're paying for pussy. You fucking pay a light bill and you live in the house with a woman and she live with you, you paying for pussy. Matter of fact, you provide so much, 75% of your closet space go to a woman as soon as you marry. It's right there in the fine print in the marriage decree. Right there. And don't let you have any little girls. It's even worse. Now we up 85 to 90%. I'm going to tell you how much this goes down. Sorry about that. The Reverend had we had some delivery for the downtrodden men fund. You know what I'm saying? We gonna get some things. Now you know what I'm saying. We had you know the passes back. Sorry about that. Reverend back. Now we coming back to it. Now I'm going to continue to read this, and everybody's going to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why this is so goddamn important, and the reason why this is so goddamn important, is that they started holding their feet to the fire. We see this all the time. Now, maybe they must have squared this away behind closed doors, but if you openly got up on your platform with all your viewership, accepting cash apps, donations, super chats, goddamn Patreons, making money off of throwing another man's wife underneath the bus, coming at a man's country that just went through something. You just talked about this man, his wife, and his country. We know they just had an earthquake down in Haiti. But you couldn't handle the flack. But you ain't going to apologize to that man. Or you're not going to stand on your disrespect. You're going to go back and you're going to do, even a woman wouldn't have did that. And I ain't even call it some bitch made shit because bitches are noble creatures. What I'm going to say is, where's the integrity? How are you going to complain about a woman where you're not even showing the proper etiquette of how men interact with each other, right, wrong, and indifferent? What type of leadership is that? We're going to give it a new name. You're not a beta male. You're not a Charlie male. You're a delta male. Dysfunctional to its core. And you sitting up there playing in other men's trauma. These snake oil salesmen, these charlatans, there shall be no other God before me. In the church, or what about these baby mamas? Here's a news flash. Birth rates are low. The Reverend gonna be 40 next month, y'all. I done seen more people get married in my age and demographics from 78 to 88 in the last 2 years. That mean their kids are going to college. They in high school. That mean they're from the ages of 35 to like 41 to 42. So what does this tell you? If the birth rates are low, that means we got the memo from the baby boomers and the Gen X generation. And we stop having kids, and the newer generation ain't having kids because they're incentivizing people to have kids. It's a worldwide pandemic of babies not being born because they done sent too many people to fucking war. It doesn't matter what type of society you in. People ain't having children, and they're rushing to incentivize the society so people can make fucking babies. So that means they're going to incentivize what? And not all of you motherfuckers will be picked to have fucking children or raise a family. A lot of parents, mothers and fathers found out how fucked up their children are when they had to fucking teach their kids and raise their kids like back in the day when they couldn't go to school. I heard the chatter. Y'all over here arguing back and forth about pussy. Who's paying for what? Who shouldn't pay for this? Who shouldn't pay for that? Men you provide, that's paying for it. And if you're smart, if you pick the right one, she's going to not only take your provisions, but she's going to multiply those provisions. Be a good steward over those provisions while you go toil and work to the sweat of your brow. Why is this so hard? Why is this so fucking like it's rocket science or something? Why are we discussing some shit that you should have learned from your uncles and your daddies and your coaches and all of that? Why? Why didn't you? Why? Because people, men, don't want to be men. Has nothing to do with it. The community of men don't want to raise men, don't want to hold men accountable. We raise men as in a community. Communita. In the ancient days, all the boys were taken from their mother. All the boys were taken from the, I will say it again for the retarded dude in the back. All the boys were taken from their mothers. And they were given to the village elders and the warriors and the men and the leaders of the village. And they competed and learned how to be men at the ages between 10 and 12. And then you had to go through your passage of manhood because you had to learn how to protect and provide for the village. And depending on your skill set, you were put in a position. If you was more good with your hands, you was an artisan, you did pottery, you built things, you was a mason, you was a builder. If you was more physically gifted and stuff, you provided security. You went to war. You even did raids on other villages. And if you was more cerebral with your intellect, you became a leader of the village through what? Through commerce. Through diplomacy. All of these vestiges of men. And they did jockey for position because you had different forms of government in different types of hierarchies, in different types of societies. But they all provided and protected. But the protection came first. But you got to teach your boys to do so. And men would adopt boys that had potential. This is what men did. You didn't have to physically by blood be connected. A lot of times by blood actually caused a fucking downtrodden in the whole societies, caused the whole civilization to falter. Nepotism would have caused the whole civilization in the kingdom to falter. and cause a civil war. That's why the cream rises to the top. A king will walk down in the barrels and look into the eyes and adopt a male child if he didn't have a male heir. You marry for money and prestige and provisions. Men would marry their daughters off and give a dowry to the man because he is taking on a responsibility of protecting and providing, paying for the pussy long term if you want to be simplified for it, if you want to be vulgar about it, since you can only stand pussy, 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 pussy. Since I got to take my doctorate off, my honorary degree from the school of what about these dick pills and how about get on this pussy? Pussy, 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 pussy. That's all you hear. That's all you say. That's all you is. But guess what, ladies? If you're listening, if you're looking in the clouds, that's all it's been about for men all along. Because the only way we can make civilization, the only way we can build these fucking monuments is people. And women, guess what? You hold the key of making people. It's a fact. We want to get away from it. It was a group of men that got around and thought it was a good idea to give everybody a trick bag. Now they're coming down and smacking dudes over the skull talking about women hate, because the difference between men and women is when a group of women get around and start talking about how they hate men and hate men and hate men, they really actually do like men, but they treat it a certain way, so it's this them venting. When a group of men get around and say they hate something, they pick up arms and then they go do something about it. Like in England where a dude ran around and did a mass shooting with a shotgun. Killed a little girl. In England. But we got certain people with avatars in this motherfucker that won't show their face, talk all about the shit that's going on in our country, but don't mention a goddamn thing was going on over there. Instigating this motherfucking problem about pussy, 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 pussy. Marsha, 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 Marsha. Pussy, 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 pussy. That's it. I have never seen a group of whiny ass men in my fucking life. I'm sorry, they identify as gender men. Because men don't act like that. Men surely don't act like that. Let me continue reading this because I really want to get the fuck into this. Shout out to the Field Marshal Cluster B. My spirit animal. We like to give credit around here. The bishop like to give his quotes, and he like the credit. We apologize for deviating, but we are back on track. Men are already getting attacked enough in this space. By whom? By you motherfuckers. You just attacked. 2 men just attacked 2 other men. Because they disagreed with your point. And we are not going to contribute to it. You already did. You are headline news for the next 3 days. You're oozing, you're guzzling, you're bleeding, you're hemorrhaging. Subs. Because motherfuckers saw you for the bitch motherfuckers you are. But guess what? Your audience are goldfish. You'll be back because the people that really there that ain't gonna leave, they trauma bonded. You 2 are men that were not wanted by your particular culture or creed or the community that was. You got up here, you figured out some game. And the reason why you put up that and said those dudes, because you're trying to shame the men that understands at the end of the day you're going to pay for it. Charlie Sheen ain't a person to be quoting because of the cause effect of what he has, but hey, it is what it is. And he might not even got it from that. He might have got it because remember, he was a drug addict too. He said I don't pay a prostitute to stay. I pay a prostitute to leave. I've been talking about these articles of prostitution for so goddamn long. Everybody looked at me like I was crazy because I know it works, because I know the nature of men. Because if you're calling, I'm trying to give you a solution. If you're talking about pussy all goddamn day, then that's what you really want. That's what you really need. And you're making up every excuse on why you can't get it, why you should get, and why your life is not good without it. Men spend their whole life trying to crawl back into something they was fighting 9 months to get the fuck out of. We will lie, we will cheat, we will kill, and we will pay for it. That's what it is. We're just men. The Archbishop Pimp Greezy has said, and so he did decree, men are simple creatures. Samson, the Superman of the Pible. But the world's strongest trick. They couldn't take this man down. He defended his nation. And you know what they did? They sent a woman in there. Yeah, that old woman. Delilah. Worked him over. Fell in love with Delilah. She must have been a bad bitch. The next thing you know, Samson is blind, bald, strapped to a goddamn motherfucking pillar. But you know what he did? He had all them times when they was laughing and joking with him, talking about him, because they got him. They should have just fucking executed the nigga off strip. But he didn't blame Delilah. He blamed himself for losing sight. And he prayed to the pimp gods. Make my pimp hand strong, Lord. And after he did that, he took self-accountability and took out his enemies with him in tow. Because it was his fault he let his guard down. It wasn't the woman's fault. It was his fault. Because he had time to sit up there and he understood he was there to compete against men, and he allowed them to find his weakness through a woman. Helen of Troy. All that was a setup. The honeypot trap is real, but is orchestrated and instituted by men. You're mad because they brought up a point. Men love hoes. Do you know men in relationships and married men get the most pussy out of any other man? They won't want to tell you that. You get more pussy being married, you get more pussy being in a relationship than you do without being in one. Take it from a professional side, dude. Archbishop Pimp Greezy. Even I was fucking all them hoes, they belong to somebody. I wasn't married. They weren't my hoes, they belonged to somebody else. Because he was still out there getting hoes. If that wasn't the case, how can you have 5 different women have children within weeks apart of each other from one man? Wife number 3, child number 6. Or shall we say, baby mama number 4, child number 5. Shots fired, I know, I'm being petty. It's the bishop talking. It's the Archbishop talking. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to bring up the comments section. Because we love the comments, right? We love the comments. So let's bring up the comments here. Let the Reverend bring up the comments. I remember someone talking about women running their mouths because they don't get chin checked. Some alphas ran their mouth off topic and offered a fight that got accepted. Balls in your court. These are people that are their subscribers that are holding them accountable, bringing it up. Look, this person dropped a comment 5 hours ago when the screenshot was taken. Shout out to my crack team in the back, my investigative reporters. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all. I remember someone talking about women running their mouths because they don't get chin checked. You got all of that smoke for women, but when a man is calling you to put your feet to the fire, you run, cower, and hide. Let's move on to the next screenshot, shall we? Let's move on to the next screenshot, shall we? Very funny, isn't it? Very funny. And there was 1,000 people engaging, 45 people in the comments. And they still probably getting those comments right now. And everybody is holding them accountable. The time for this hypocrisy is over with, men. The time of your belly aching and whining and bitching about pussy. You've been bitching about pussy since 2015 from my recollection. It may be longer, it may be earlier. I came around in 2018, y'all kind of let off the gas a little bit, and then you went back into it 6 months later. So from my recollection of me being around you from 2018 to fall to winter 2018 to now 2021, you're still bitching about women, arguing about women, talking about women. Oh, the pussy, oh, the pussy, oh, the pussy. I need the pussy. Let's go and get the pussy. Oh, the pussy. Oh, the pussy. Hit my cash app, y'all, so I can go overseas and go get some goddamn Betty Rock. You know what I'm saying? Some film stone pussy. Oh, I need to buy this bitch a stove and a bunk bed. Oh, a woman should give me the pussy. Oh, I need the pussy. She needs the pussy. I need the pussy. Give me the pussy. I want the pussy. Pussy. Marsha. Pussy. It's these bitches' fault. It's these bitches' fault. They won't give me the pussy. Ain't no woman. Listen to that. Me just doing that. You're drying up vaginas. You're walking hysterectomies. All the KY jelly in the world is not going to lubricate a woman's vagina to get wet if she hears you whining and crying about pussy. You know what gets a woman wet? When you're protecting and providing. When you're being a fucking man. When you're sitting around having manly conversations about shit that matters and actually offering solutions and enacting those fucking solutions. Why does a pimp run up on a woman, smack in the head and say, bitch, you gonna turn tricks on your pussy, have it beat down and ran through and ran amok so I can make a buck? No, she volunteers herself for whatever trauma and pain she went through because he can do something that you bitch ass motherfuckers can't. Protect and motherfucking provide. She would rather be under the thumb and the boot heel of a dude that's sitting out there pushing her out there for fucking money and tripe because she know that the motherfuckers that want to fuck with her, you bitch-made, pussy-fied, whiny, crying, bitch-made motherfuckers that can't motherfucking protect shit. The only thing that you can do is provide. And if it wasn't for capitalism and the fucking currency of whatever country you're under, and you had to go to some hunter-gatherer shit, you motherfuckers would be enslaved, working in a mine somewhere, and not getting no fucking pussy at all. At least now in a civilized world, you got the option. You know what your option is? Paying for it straight up. That's it. Case motherfucking closed. Deal with it. And you couldn't deal with the reality that you don't fit the fucking bill of a man that's wanted by a woman. She would rather take a strong man that's dusty, according to your standards, than some frail, fraudulent, bitch-made motherfucker. Because when it comes down, the Pookies and the Ray-Rays and the homosexual exist because you niggas ain't even man enough to even provide protection before anything else. What are provisions if you can't fucking protect them? Women can provide for themselves now. So what can you offer? Out of all through history, there's only one place in the world where women can protect and provide for themselves. Last time I checked, there ain't no 6'3", 260-pound demigod women called Amazons running around the face of the fucking earth. Even a top physically conditioned woman trained in the martial arts cannot beat a top physically conditioned man trained in the motherfucking martial arts without any type of weapons involved. Hand-to-hand combat, she gonna get triced the fuck up. 8 times out of 10. There's no deafness in the universe, so I give her a 20% that she'll make it. I'm talking about skill for skill, because testosterone is a motherfucking thing. So let's talk about this. Better message, still do the boxing match in good faith and honor. Woo! Sound like a man right here. Better message. He was actually more diplomatic about it. Better message. Still do the boxing match in good faith and honor. This is how real men bond and get to know each other's real platonic soul fresh. Called him out. Let him know. You the one that called him out. You came at his wife. You challenged him to a duel, and guess what? You did not accept. He accepted the duel and you recanted because you didn't think he was about that life. I done heard many dudes in this space recklessly talking about people's families, putting their children out there, putting their marriages out there. Men, I ain't talking about the women, men. Telling niggas to catch flights. Niggas rolling up on people at the dead of night and nobody want that smoke. This is a perfect example. Nobody is above getting fucked up when you fuck with something that a man holds dear. That is the epitome of manhood. And he didn't need his wife to prompt him. He felt that in his soul. You saw Preacher's Haitian death stare. He was coming. He didn't challenge you. You challenged him. He didn't challenge you. You challenged him. And you didn't accept it. We call that being a coward. Put this up there on the screen real quick. Let me read this from Ruby. I was just bringing that up to Mr. Ruby. It's silly saying that a cat that has only one body but in a 5-year relationship has less mileage used than a girl with 5 bodies but all one night stands. Those are facts. I'm speaking on this because what I want to do is I'm touching on this because this has been going on far too long. Are they taking their cues from the black side of YouTube? Or are they taking their cues from before because we have a real problem? Doesn't matter if you got 1 million subs. Doesn't matter if you got this, that, and the third. Doesn't matter if you got this. Do you understand that the shit that Kevin Samuels does and these niggas do? Do you understand the difference between them and Kevin Samuels is he knows he ain't about that life, so he don't even go there. But everybody that's up there is added participants. The women are getting paid to be up there, and if they not, they volunteering for the trauma bonding. The women that get up on that panel are paid to be there so they can look like they king beef and they alphas. But they really ain't built like that because when the alphas step to them, even if Treat Peach ain't out like he's a man, fuck all these alphas, betas, Charlies, deltas, sigmas, you know what I mean, omegas, God of the living Christ, the what about this pussy? Fuck all of those fucking terms. What I'm talking about is men being fucking men. When did we stop being men? Everybody gully until they get punched in the fucking mouth. If you ain't willing to protect what you done broke your neck for as a man, if you're willing to allow disrespect, if you're willing not to chin check a person when they come at your fucking legacy, because men respect men that can hold a household and have families. I don't give a fuck how many hoes he got. I don't give a fuck how much money he got. You can't keep control of your motherfucking household and you can't run a family and have proper lineage. A man that's walking around with less money than you and he's happy walking around with his children, and when he's sitting around old and he got his grandchildren and they talking about the old times and calling him, and the grandchildren is calling him pop pop. Every rich ass man in the world would trade every dollar they got to be like that man right there. So what is really high value? Because them motherfuckers showed you they ain't got no honor. They showed you that they ain't high value because they can't even keep their word. They challenged the man on 2 different fronts. He accepted the challenge and even talking about throwing up 20K just so you can make money off of it. So you can publicly, and you ain't willing to stand on your disrespect and catch that fucking L. So if you ain't willing to challenge another man, how you gonna protect another woman, and how will she come and submit unto your ass when your ass is motherfucking pussified and bitch made? But y'all follow these niggas, though. These hypocritical niggas that don't got no receipts, ain't been nowhere, ain't did shit. And this is the last one. After researching Preacher's background, he decided that he don't want them hands. Well said, young man. Well said. 1,000 likes on that, 82 replies on it. This was up 6 hours ago when the screenshots been checked. Y'all go check it out. Mods, if y'all got the link to that, can y'all drop that in the chat? Because we like to bring receipts if they didn't hide the evidence. I'm not talking about nobody over there. I'm talking about these are known people. These are 1 million. If you put their subscribers together, it's almost 2 million subs together. Admin Preach got 1.5 million. These dudes are guzzling. They're probably down to 400,000 by now. Almost 2 million subs. These are 2 million people that are subscribed to these dudes' channels, that are watching this content. And the whole thing came from an old video that Abba got. He been on a podcast multiple times. Preacher ain't never been up there from my recollection. And he responded about the articles of prostitution. Now they would say, well, ask Kevin because he know. No, ask Tiger Woods. Ask Michael Jordan. Ask Bill Gates. One of the top richest men in America. Wife left him for infidelity because he was protecting and providing. She wasn't providing pussy. So he went to seek the pussy elsewhere. He was paying for it. So ain't no man on the face of the fucking planet immune to it. And if you're a man that got a lot of money and you don't want to deal with the fucking problems, or if you got a little bit of money and you unsure, you want the pretty chick, but you don't want to end up like that dude PJ Washington that got taken for $20 million for the chick faking like she loved the nigga. Had a baby by the nigga and fucking draining the nigga pockets. What more do you want from me? You want to be like Tyrese? Pay for the pussy up front so you don't have the problems, so you don't be up here crying about, and she took half my shit, and you could pay child support. Just pay for the pussy up front. Just get it over with. Because you really wasn't in love with her anyway. You was only fucking with her because you wanted to fuck her. That's it. You didn't get to know her. You wasn't trying to know her. You wasn't trying to be with her. You wasn't trying to be sitting up there trying to get in a relationship and court the woman and build the woman and be with the woman and all that other stuff. You wasn't trying to do none of that. You weren't trying to build a legacy in a family. Because if that was the case, you would have married the woman for substance. You would have applied the 80-20 rule. 80% of what you walking around thinking what a woman should be is what she look like. And that changes. It used to be skinny bitches and Beagle Boy jeans in the 80s. Now there's bitches with fat asses that are 50 inches with little waists and pumped up titties in the goddamn 20s. The fuck is going on with you men? Women are only taking advantage of the fucking environment. You niggas need to set what the rules of the environment are. Loss of male leadership leads to dysfunction, fuckery, debauchery, and foolishness. And if you're telling me for me to get you back on track, you want some pussy, you're gonna have to fucking pay for it. Just like every other man has to pay for it when they go to work and they provide. The difference is that your pussy is shared by every other motherfucker and my pussy stays in my house and has access only to motherfucking me. Because I invest time, energy, and emotion into it. The fuck is wrong with you motherfuckers? It's the laws of the goddamn universe. It's the laws of nature. Everybody want to be the boss, but they don't want to wear the motherfucking crown because the neck is goddamn motherfucking heavy. It hurts. You got to have a strong neck to wear a fucking crown to be a fucking man. And to you young men, to you 25 and under, stop listening to these bitch-made motherfuckers. They ain't about shit. You ain't got these problems. You ain't been experienced life enough to have these motherfucking problems. You're listening to the fucking ongoing traumas of goddamn 30-year-old and over men crying, complaining about their misrepresentation and they being remedial at motherfucking life. And you just begun your life. You letting some old, crabby, dysfunctional, I can't compete with men, so I'm going to whine, bitch, and complain because you had a little stumbling block. Because you couldn't take the woman to the prom that you was the apple of your desires? Did she know you exist? Did you made your advances known? Or you just sitting up there stalking her from the clouds, liking her? You ain't even DM the chick. What have you done to made your advances known? Have you challenged the motherfucking environment? Do you understand why she didn't pick you? Because she don't even know you exist. At least back in the day, we used to send, do you like me? Yes, no. No, move on to the next one. Pick up your little heart, put it in your chest, and keep it pushing. Why are you 25-year-olds and under listening to these motherfucking fools? They showed you that they ain't men. And he attacked the man that's married, that has a family and a household, and being a man. That was the crazy part. He thought the man that had a woman in the house, that had something to provide and protect for, that he did every day, was a soft target. Imagine that. What type of ideology is that? And he learned real fucking quick. He'd have been better off attacking goddamn Alba. But he went after the man with the family like he wasn't going to do some shit? Because he ain't come over there because he quiet? Oh, because he felt slighted, that he felt as though he shouldn't be over there. Of course, because he ain't got time to be bitching about women. Because he's got a woman in the house. He doesn't have pussy problems. He figured it the fuck out. Obviously. The fuck is going on here? Now, I'm glad that y'all came to the Bible study tonight. The Archbishop Pimp Greezy, Archdiocese, Church of What About These Black Women, Doctor of What About These Dick Pills, and for a low donation of you hitting the like, share, subscribe on the stream. Thank you for coming to this Tootie Pimple study. That's Pimp and Bible together. If you didn't get it, if you're retarded and remedial, for you in the back with the helmet on. Now I'd like to explain something to you. Play this as we are going down here. As we're going down and we're talking and explaining this to a degree of understanding that men will challenge you on a lot of things. Men listen to them, brother. Those are men. That's a man's voice. Ha ha. Oh, Lord. Remember, winter is coming, but it doesn't matter if women is coming if you can't provide for these women that are coming in the winter. A woman would rather be on a corner. Ha! A woman will ever be under the boot heel of a pimp like myself, Archbishop, than to be in a $1 million mansion with you soft-jawed Negroes. Ooh, look at the all. Let's bring that back a little bit. I'm gonna tell you, that brother Preach was like this. He was that brother. You talked about his family. You challenged him to a duel. No problem laying these hands.
Tragic. Tragic.
try him.
Please don't try me.
Wish the nigga would.
No problem.
I appreciate everybody coming out today. We like to stand for the benediction. Let's thank the brother Toby for stopping by and giving us that rendition of Try Jesus, Don't Try Me. Make sure you go check it out on Apple Music and so forth or whatever. Sexual chocolate. Sexual chocolate. All right. Now, let's stand for the benediction. May the pimp Lord keep me in thee. Let the hoes make extra money. They've been hating, Lord. It's been hard for my hoes out here working these corners during the pandemic, during the Rona. Please allow my hoes to twerk as much as they can so they can get extra tips, 20%. Tax that went up, stimulus checks are down. Please, Lord, allow these tricks to pay my hoes to understand that they can't stand in the same bouts in the faces of real high value men that's willing to protect their community. And everything is there. Everything is there. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Everything is there for the taking. And they can get out of their bitchassery, their buffoonery, their dysfunction. If they stop worrying about the almighty coochie. Let's praise Mother God, Earth and Fire. Black woman is God. Let's praise Hotepin for coochie. Let's play passport tricking for dirty foot bitches and buying them stoves and bunk beds. And let's all say, man. I thank every last one of y'all for coming through. Thank you very much. At the end of the day, what I said may be true, may be false. You may agree or disagree. You're free to do that. But if you talk about my family, I'm not Jesus. But I ain't going to be on YouTube arguing with you. The Reverend come find you. Y'all have a good evening. No one's going to beg you to be great. But we will hold you accountable. And the internet will cancel you if you's a bitch-made motherfucker with receipts. Y'all have a nice evening and enjoy yourself. And let the church say,